So you want to know, why do bikes do this? Why do motorcyclists do this? Well, stay tuned, I'm about to tell you why. Hey, what is going on, you guys? What is happening? What is doing? How's it going, YouTube? All the different moto vlogger intros. The one question you might have, and I've actually been asked this by car guys, why do motorbikes do this when they're riding down the road? Or they're coming into corners or whatever. Why do you guys sit there and sway back and forth? Are you just being a hoon? Are you being an idiot? What are you doing? We want to know. Simple question. When you're on a bike, you need to be paying so much more attention to what's going on. Road conditions, what's happening in front of you, what sort of grip you've got on your bike, you know, weather conditions, also temperature drops. Like, temperature drops are massive on motorcycles, man. They can make a massive difference, especially if you've been going in a straight line for a very long time. So you would often see motorcyclists, if we're coming up to a roundabout or we're entering into like a twisty sort of section, especially the sport bike guys, you will notice that they will weave left and right and do that counter steering action, man. And the reason why they're actually doing that is they're starting to get the heat into the tires. Now, you may have heat in the center of your tire, but when you go to lean it, into a corner, you may not have the heat on the edge of the tire where you're actually potentially going to be using that for that corner. If you haven't heated up your tires, I've seen people drop bikes coming into roundabouts. I've seen people drop bikes just coming into just a slight bend because that part of the tire is cold. You'll often notice with like even MotoGP and races and stuff, they will accelerate hard, brake hard, accelerate hard, brake hard, accelerate hard, brake hard, and when they're coming up to line, apart from settling pads and all that sort of stuff and warming up the discs, they are also warming up their tires. Accelerating hard and braking hard really gets the heat in the tire. It's aggressive, and so does the swerving action. So with swerving left and right, you're actually getting the heat and actually contacting that part of the tire onto the road. If you've been going straight like this for a very long time, the edge of your tire can tend to cool off. So you go to tip it into that corner and you will notice that it will actually twitch or move. The road is shocking. Look at that shit. The bike will actually twitch left and right. So what you've got to do is you've got to warm that tire up, which mine's twitching now. So we're coming into this section and the road is actually cold. So just warm up your tires. I'm not going to be doing any street Rossi sort of stuff, not through here. The temperature's too cold and the tires are too cold. You can actually feel it. The bike, like, it sways when you enter into a corner, so the front will just sort of slowly, it'll be like and wash away. It'll be like that as you're coming in. And because we're going downhill, we've actually got a little bit more momentum. But this is actually quite a nice place to show you guys why we do this. And I've been riding on a straight line for quite some time now, and this is sort of a little bit of a twisty section in between those straight runs, hence why the speed limit dropped, because there's a lot of accidents and stuff, and the road's quite clear through here today. But this sort of stuff, like the dirt and stuff on the road, you got to look out for that. Your trees, water, stones, gravel, all that. So you got to be paying attention to all that. And with warming up the tires can mean the difference between you having a good day and a bad day. So the next question you have is, but DS, how do I know when my tires are warm? That is a good question. The more and more you ride bikes, the more and more you realize that you will get a feel for your bike, and you will know when those tires are warm and when they're cold and when they've got something on them. You will know that. You'll see a lot of riders as well, if there's been a car accident, if they don't pull over and wipe glass or whatever off the tire, like if there's been coolant or something from a car, or oil, most of the time riders pull over. It's just too dangerous to ride until you clear it off your tire. But other guys, Coolant, I've been through a car accident scene, and there's been coolant and stuff on the road, and you just sway back and forth, and slowly you'll feel the grip come back. On days like today, where the temperature is lower, you do have that exact same sort of scenario where you do need to warm up your tyres because you got that lack of grip. Now, how do you know when they're warm? You will know as soon as you go to tip that bike into the corner. If you tip it into the corner like that and it grips, you know that you're good to go. I can honestly tell you, if I'm riding along, I can honestly tell you if my tyres have not got the grip in them. I will not be confident on the bike, and confidence is key. So what you do is you just slowly get the feel for those tyres again, and then once you get that feel for it, you're like, yeah, it's good to go, and you can then push it a lot harder. The best way to explain it is like if you've got something on your tyre, or you're scrubbing tyres in. If you've brought a new bike and you're scrubbing tyres in, or you've put new tyres on your bike, that initial scrubbing period, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've done that, fuck, that guy was out wide. Oh shit, I thought he was going to come across the other side of the road. So that was a little CBR 300. Oh, dead roommate. Get well soon, brother. Yeah, well, oh jeez, you ain't getting well soon, man. You're toast. So that's the best way to sort of explain it, and that is why us riders do that. This is why we swerve left and right. I do these sort of videos to give you guys an insight as to whether, if you haven't done it yourself, if you're looking at riding, or you drive cars and you've never ridden a bike in your life, and you've come across this video and now you've learned something new from that on why motorcycle riders do that. We're not being idiots. We're not just swerving for the sake of going, oh yeah, let's have some fun, let's just swerve all over the road. We're actually doing it to get the heat in the tyres, because you need the heat in the tyres. Like, heat in the tyres is definitely like almost number one on what you actually need to be safe. I had been asked by a few people that drive cars and stuff, that they've asked me, hey, why do you do that? I actually want to know, like, why do you guys swerve all over the road? You're not a racer, you're not racing motorcycles, so why are you doing that? Like, only racers do that. Well, in a car, you know, like, in a car you don't have to do that. You don't have to worry about that, because your car just warms up its tyres as you go along. It's like scrubbing tyres. Like, technically you scrub in tyres on a car, but you don't notice it, because on a bike it's way more noticeable, man. Way more noticeable. That's why we do it, guys. I hope you've learned something from this. If you have, you know, or even if you haven't, just give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out. And if you like my content and you want to subscribe, feel free to do that. You can join the ride, subscribe. I try and pump out a video every single week, so that is literally my goal. I try and pump out a video at least once a week. Every Saturday is a new DS drop. Until next time, peace.